Hey everybody, it's Alicia from Graceful Plants, and today we're repotting my whale fin. I love this guy. Seriously, is this thing not gorgeous? So I actually had gotten this guy last week from Hertz, and I was extremely excited about this. Not only did I get one whale fin, I got two. They're perfect. And he's growing a baby. Got himself a little tail there. So after the little anole egg debacle, which if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up here. I vowed to always immediately repot my plants that I get from Hertz. However, life happens and I did not get around to repotting this guy, which isn't a terrible thing because I hadn't quite decided if I want to keep them together or if I wanted to divide them and get two plants. So one thing that I was really surprised about when I got this whale's fin Sansevieria was just how hard it is. Like, I know that Sansevieria are rigid leafed plants, but this guy kind of takes it to the extreme, which I guess makes sense for it being named a whale fin. I don't know if you can hear this. It is hard. Like, I don't know. It was weird, but I was really surprised at actually how hard the leaf was on this guy. Oh. Plant noob moment. So I've decided that I am going to divide him up and plant him in two separate pots. Because as you can tell, hopefully, this is supposed to be a round pot, but it's kind of oblong. And it's honestly getting ready to burst out the sides of this pot. And it's a little hard to see, but there are roots coming out the bottom of the nursery pot. So that means that it's about time to be repotted. And this is actually, I think this is a 6-inch pot. But since I'm going to divide him, I'm not going to be putting them back into 6-inch pots. I'm actually going to be putting them into 4-inch pots. So one in each 4-inch pot. So the thing with these Sansevieria is if they are pot bound, root bound, and that rhizome is growing and it hits the side of the pot or the bottom of the pot, it's going to signal to the plant like, oh, well, we can't grow any further this way or this way, so we're going to go this way. And it'll shoot up another baby. So if you want more babies, which why wouldn't you want more of these? Look at how beautiful he is. I want 100 of these. I want to just fill my house with these right now. So if you want another plant, put it into a pot that's pushing the size limits for the roots. So I'm just gonna kind of I'm just gonna kind of pull him out of his pot over this lid. Just help me kind of keep things a little on the cleaner side here. As you can see, or maybe you can tell, he was definitely pushing on the sides of that nursery pot. So I'm just going to kind of gently work some of this soil off the roots because I want to get down to that rhizome to divide it. Ooh, girl, look at those roots. Look at how beefy that is. Dang, look at the size of that rhizome. That's beefy. That's real beefy. So this guy was sticking up a little bit before and it looks like he was damaged. So when he does grow up, he won't have a nice pointy top like this. He'll be a little uneven. But I think I'm going to leave him with the really big leaf. I think I'm going to leave these two together and then I'm going to divide off this guy. And when you're dividing your Sansevieria or any sort of plant that has this rhizome, you want to make sure that whatever piece you're dividing off has roots to it. So when we break this off, we are going to want to make sure that we're taking some of this original root system with it. So I was hoping that it wouldn't be this thick and I could just crack it, but I don't think that's going to work without breaking roots. So I went and got a pair of scissors. If you have a knife, that would work fairly well too. And actually, it would probably work better. Woo! You can see a cut there and then a cut here. And I didn't get as many roots off of the original plant as I would have liked, but we did still get some roots on this smaller leaf, so I'm happy with that. So since I decided to leave this little halfling leaf on the rhizome of the bigger leaf, I'm going to be putting these into a 6-inch pot so that they'll be a little bit more root bound. And the smaller leaf that doesn't have as many roots, I'm going to be putting into a 4-inch pot. So it'll take a little bit before the smaller leaf will send up babies, but since he's going to be a little bit tighter into his pot, he should be good. So since Sansevieria don't like a lot of moisture in their soil, we're going to be using a cactus and succulent mix that I have amended with perlite and pumice. In a perfect world, I would amend all of my soil with just pumice, and the reason being is purely for aesthetic reasons. So after a while, the perlite will start rising to the top of your potting mix, and you'll get a nice layer of perlite across the top of your soil. After a while, that perlite can start to discolor, and there's nothing wrong with it. It just doesn't look the greatest. Pumice, on the other hand, will stay mixed in with your potting mix to keep that aeration in your mix. I do have a link to the pumice that I use down below in the description of the video. Aren't they cute? I'm so excited. These are just beautiful. So since this is new soil, there is a tiny bit of moisture in the potting mix, so I'm not going to water these. With my Sansevierias, I like to wait until the soil is bone dry and then wait another week. I kind of treat them like my succulents. They don't like a ton of water, so you don't want to be consistently watering them like you would, say, a calathea or some of your other houseplants. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. Now I just got to figure out where I'm going to put them. But if you guys like my videos, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you subscribe, then you get notifications anytime I upload a new video. If you thought my video was helpful or entertaining, please make sure to share it with any of your other plant-loving friends. I greatly appreciate it. Anything helps. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye. I'm in love with the Wilfin.